Here we go. All right. Hi, my name is Josh Goldman, and this Ignite is called Surviving a Layoff. And we're going to be focusing on the mental and physical side effects. As a side note, I thought of this topic before COVID, but it may be more relevant today than it did a year ago. It happened to me, and it may happen to you too. Perhaps if I share my experience with some of you, you won't be blindsided, and perhaps you may come out of this with a fighting chance. So here's how it went. So I had a one-on-one meeting with my director, and what gave it away was we had an HR representative on the call as well, and I got the standard corporate spiel. It's not you, it's us. But to be honest, I don't remember most of the conversation. But what I do remember is it was over before I knew it. And at one point, I just stared at the screen and my mind shut off, and I was in shock. I had a tightness in my chest and I was confused, disoriented. But you have to know going in that all this is normal emotional response. Some of folks reference the 5 stages of grief. You just want to breathe and take things slowly. Luckily, I had support. I had friends, family, colleagues, and I knew from previous traumatic events the steps to follow to ensure that you get out of there with your head on straight. Because experiences like this can be harsh and disastrous. You may get walked out that moment or maybe in a few weeks, but you're going to want to gather all of your documentation, your pay stubs, your insurance forms, etc., and read the legal documents that they give you. It may not help, but it'll give you something to do. After the conversation, look up your state's unemployment services and when to sign up. Some of the systems may be backlogged. Better to do it sooner rather than later, especially in these times. Again, collect all your information and don't panic. As Robin Williams said in Good Will Hunting, it's not your fault. But as Will Emerson in the movie Margin Call says, it's nothing that you did. You were just at the wrong place at the wrong time. That's a good movie. So let's get back to taking care of you, because getting back into the workforce is just like dealing with a breakup. You get into shape, you get a better job, and you get that spring back in your step. And remember that bad habits and stress can hinder those efforts. I always like the old adage, we'll burn that bridge when we get to it, but you should really consider staying friends with your former colleagues and keeping those bridges open, and perhaps even communicating with others who got laid off as well, and you can collaborate. The first minute after you say goodbye, it's going to hit you like a ton of bricks. And to steal another quote, this is it. This is how I end. Now you can either accept that or you can get to work. And that's all it is. You just begin. Your physical and mental well-being is an extension of your skill set. You want to develop those good habits, getting rest, eating right, gaining confidence. It's going to show in your interviews, and it's certainly something I look for when I was a hiring manager. Okay, so I know it sounds a little bit corny, but you want to lay off the fast food habit. You want to fit in your clothes during the interview. Don't ask me how I know, but you also want to not disparage your former organization because it may be in your severance agreement. But why are you asking all this? Because bad habits and negative, uncontrolled feelings can snowball, and we have an idea what can happen. I don't want that for any of you, so remember to ask for help. But you're saying, I have a job. Let's not wait for a layoff to happen. Start your resume now. It's a professional autobiography. Just think of it as writing a book. And try to keep your skills up to date. But you have a job. Keep your ears to the ground and your running shoes on. Situational awareness goes a long way in survival. Don't ignore the signs like I did. I knew layoffs were happening, and I knew they were going to continue. And I thought I was a valued asset. But here I am today warning you. Organizations do not exist solely to keep people employed. Their mission might differ. I encourage you to find an organization with a mission statement you can stand behind. Don't be afraid to turn something down within reason. All right, let's wrap up here. And when you build your safety net, your friends, your family, update that resume, take care of yourself, continuous improvement. And if it does happen to you, it's going to be okay. I didn't get a chance to talk about the juicy stuff like resume building and the art of the interview, but if you have questions, feel free to reach out to me on GitHub, LinkedIn, or in chat. Thanks to my own friends, my family for helping me, and to DevOps Days, and especially DevOps Days Buffalo for having me. Thank you so much.